The prudent man foresees the evil and hideth himself. The foolish one passes on and is punished. Shalom, it's following Yeshua. Welcome again to the Rock. It's my favorite verses. I've been repeating that verse on my live streams and on my videos for like the past 3 years. Really resonates with you when you actually sit down and think on those words. We look like we could be headed to what could easily be known as the perfect storm, especially if a second lockdown happens. I want you to look at what a first lockdown did. The first lockdown greatly impacted the ability for stores to get food. It really impacted materials. I mean, aluminum, rubber, tin, metal, steel. It affected a lot of things. Lumber mills shut down. Lumber prices shot up. Can you imagine what a 2.0 would do? See, a lot of people are facing something that they can't see. They're not looking at and seeing. Because there's that hope, and there is a hope. Hey, 2.0 won't happen. Lockdown 2.0 won't happen. You know what? Y'all willing it doesn't. But what if it does? And considering, that talk is being thrown out there now. Other countries are in the process of doing it. Other countries, because there's all these different variants now. And I'm not here to argue about, this is part of their plan, they want to do it. Listen, I don't care whether it's part of their plan or not. Whether it's part of the plan or not, doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is what can I do about it. So I'm not here to discuss, well, this is, they've been planning this. Okay, great. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? That's my question. If somebody's planning something and has planned something and their plans are coming to fruition, then you should already be ahead of it. I'm not here to discuss that they're doing it. I'm here to discuss what can we do. This next live stream we have coming up 7th day night, Friday, which we call Friday night, the start of Shabbat. It's going to be even more important now. Brotherhood. Brothers coming together. And what I mean by coming together is, well, we'll talk about it in the live stream. We're faced with something that hasn't been here yet. It's not here yet, but it's coming. Y'all willingly avoid it. Y'all willingly have more time. But what if we don't? What if we don't? What if it all hits us? What if they bring in the passes, the COVID passes, the health passes? Brotherhood's going to be even more important. What if you lack something that you need? We'll talk about that in the live stream. Right here, I just wanted to continue to discuss on the perfect storm. We see how much things were affected from the first shutdown. If they shut it down again, there's a high possibility that it could be longer or more strict. We saw people go off and buy toilet paper. We see the shelves are, in many cases, half bare or a third bare. They're moving all the product to the front so it doesn't look like the shelves are as empty. What would a shutdown 2.0 do? What if you knew it was going to happen in a couple months? Fall, early winter. What would you do? See, there's no reason that any of us should be caught unawares. There's no reason that none of us should not know or have seen this coming. It shouldn't be a surprise. We should have taken the first shutdown as a warning of what levels the system will go to. So this one should not be something that it comes and we're like, oh my gosh, I didn't see it coming. It's going to affect everything. It may damn well affect your ability to eat. And I'm being serious. I don't think that we have the time to play around with our lives or with the lives of our family or with what we're doing, because this thing is serious. And I think that we've done a disservice by not having these discussions and by just hoping. You know, how many times have you heard on this channel and other channels? This is going to be the new normal. It looks like it could be worse. Supplies are going to be affected. People may not eat. So what's the answer? Take the time right now. Take the finances you have right now. This is what I'm doing. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm taking what I have and I'm investing it in assets. Food is an asset. Protection is an asset. Quality tools are an asset. If you have a generator, do you have fuel? Do you have fuel stabilizer? If you rely on fuel, can you safely put back? Now, some of these things are going to be hard to do if you live in an apartment. But can you safely put back 20, 30, 50, 100 gallons of fuel? Can you garden? You know, because you look at the way it's going, with the drought we have on the West Coast, let's just say that harvest time comes and there's nobody to harvest things in the field because we're on lockdown 2.0. I mean, the farmers in California are already struggling. Many of these farmers are letting 1/3 to half of their fields just go. I know a couple of them. I went to high school with a couple of them. I was in FFA, Future Farmers of America, in high school with a couple of them. So I get it straight from the horse's mouth of what things that are going on and what's happening. Guys who own hundreds of acres of onions being told they can plant 50 of them. That let the other, however many they be, go fallow. So you link that with what is coming or what could be coming as far as another lockdown, because they got all these different variants here in this country now and the numbers are exploding again. So they lock this thing down in a time where food is already troublesome, where we're already in an inflationary period. The cost of living is going up. People are becoming more violent. People are becoming more desperate. Oh, and now we're just going to throw in the fact that, yeah, well, we could have to lock everything down. And then what could come after that is you may just need a health pass in order to move around freely. Imagine not being able to go to your favorite grocery store because you need a health pass. Because now I was reading reports that they're allowing certain companies to develop their own protocols on how they handle this. So imagine you can't go into that store. You can't go into your Home Depot. You can't go into your Walmart. You can't go into your this. You can't go into your that. Unless you have your vaccinations. And some of you are, I ain't taking the vaccination. Well, see, here's how I look at talk. Talk is extremely, extremely nothing while things look good. But how is your talk when things don't look good? You can say all day long what you ain't gonna do. But I think life has shown that many of us talk about things and we're not gonna follow through. I mean, how many people say, you know, when it comes to marriage, I till death do us part. Oh, I do. I'm going to stay with this person the rest of my life because I'm just so in love. Just like that, trials and tribulations come. Things happen that you may not like. And just like that, you've turned from what you believed in. You've turned from what you said you weren't going to do. You see, I'm just putting this thought out there in our head right now because, when we talk so eagerly, so zealously about something, we usually talk that way because it hasn't been tested truly. We truly haven't been tested in the way we think. But a perfect storm is coming. It's coming. It's like looking over the ocean and seeing it. We see the storm brewing. Or a hurricane's coming ashore. You just look at it and you see it and you know you're in its path. There's no way around it. You're going to have to go through it. What do? Do you sit back and say, well, I'm just going to party and chill, I'll be all right? Or do you prepare yourself and your family? Perhaps you become the prudent man and as much as you can, get out of its path so that it does not affect you like it should. We have some tough decisions that we have to make as people, as those of us in this faith, as believers. We're going to figure out, is and has our prudence really been that? Have we really been prudent? Or have we just sat around hoping that things get better? Because the storm is brewing. It's coming. And it looks like just the last shoe that needs to fall is these lockdowns. And we're going to see everything accelerate times 100. And those that aren't ready really aren't going to be ready. I hope you're thinking about that. I hope you're not just wasting this time right now that we have after the warning. Then the watchmen have cried out to let you know. It'd be a shame to see people suffer and have to go through this when they already had the opportunity to make moves and they bypassed them. Don't let it be you. The storm's already here. We're already looking at food shortages. But man, if lockdown 2.0 happens, I hope you're ready. Bless y'all. I gotta get back to work. The brothers that I roll with, well, they're prudent. We making sure our households are in order, our families are in order. Shalom.